All right, everybody, welcome back to Mrs. Scott's R classroom. Today we're going to talk about something called speech motor chaining, and it's just another way to target your R while also targeting the way we speak. So the concept is, just like we talked about before, it's the steps. So you'll start with R by itself, and then you'll do a syllable, which is R plus a vowel, R, and then you'll do a word, run, and then you'll do a phrase, I run, and then if you can keep going, I will run to school. Make a sentence. So I will do a Jamboard, which will show you the steps that it takes. Now, when I work with R with my students in the classroom, they will say each of these steps 6 times. If they're able to get 4 out of the 6 or more, 4, 5, or 6, then they can move up to the next step. If they're struggling at the first step, we don't move on. So the concept is to get that really strong base. So if you're always coming back to then you're getting all that extra practice. So instead of just working on run, rat, race, you're going run, ray, race. So you're building that foundation. Just like when you build a house, you need a strong foundation, and it's just extra practice. And then another layer of the speech motor training is there are different ways to practice saying these phrases and the words. So there will be a question, run, a comment, run, fast, run, slow, run, quick, run. I just did quick, sorry. Loud, run, or soft, run. Now, the reason why we would be practicing this speaking in different ways is when we talk, we don't talk like this in one, right? We don't say everything, oh, cool. We say, oh, cool. Hey, are you coming over later? Our voice goes up and down. We get loud and quiet. So when you're practicing this foundation, it's also good to practice saying the R with the different enunciations, right? The different tones, the different up and the down, because that's how we talk. So if we practice R this way the whole time, when you go to ask a question, hey, can I run to school? Your voice is going up and down. We need to teach our tongue to move with the way our voice is going also. So in the Jamboard, there will be the steps. On it, there will be the types of ways you say it. Now, a big component of this is feedback. So every time you practice, I would give you feedback. Oh, the tongue's not tight enough. Oh, the tongue's not far enough back. I can't do that. So you're going to have to ask an adult in your house or record yourself and see, are you doing a good R right now? Is your tongue where it needs to be? Does it sound like R, or is it sounding like a wah, or is it sounding like an So in the Jamboard, it's just going to be R at the beginning of the word. That's where we're going to start. Like I said in other videos, there's lots of types of R's. We're not going to worry about that right now. As you get good at the it's a good transition to work on the ER, fur, earn, things like that, because you're already naturally saying It's already almost like a UR, ER. But we want to get a strong foundation with that R all by itself, and then in syllables, and then in words and phrases. So a lot of you are going to take this differently. You're either going to go right up to phrases, or you're going to be stuck at that isolation for a little while. It's really about listening to yourself, practicing where your tongue can go. Is it far enough back? It's a lot of self-monitoring, listening to yourself, hearing yourself, which is tricky because, again, the habit strength, you've been saying this R a certain way for a certain amount of time. Now we need to go back and start a new habit of saying it a different way. It is possible. It will take a while. So be patient with yourself. Be proud of yourself for working on this. This is tricky to do without Mrs. Scott right there with you. Without me being able to tell you, oh, I think this is what you're doing with your tongue. So a lot of it is on you, and that's tricky, and I understand. So hang in there. If you have questions, you can always reach out to me. If your parents have questions, or whoever you live with have questions, they can reach out to me too. I am right here. So I'm going to work on the Jamboard and add that to my classroom so that you can see the steps it takes. And remember, if you're saying wah, wah, wah for the R, don't go to the next. Stay at that first step until you're ready to go to the second step. Don't push yourself up, because then you're just practicing those other steps with the incorrect R, and and that's just going to reinforce or keep going that habit that we don't want, right? So it takes work. I do really, really recommend doing this in front of a video, doing it in front of audio so you can hear it, you can see it, and hopefully you can feel the difference, because that's really going to help you, take over that R and get control of your tongue and say, listen, buddy, this is what we're doing. You guys got this.